All right, let me show you what I've got going here. I'm going to turn my attention toward my legs. What I did was I took, this is about a 7-inch wide board, but it worked out pretty perfectly because I want about a 2-inch gap here. So I laid out 5 inches this way, made a couple marks. I wanted it to be about 14 inches wide, so, or long I should say. And then the feet are the part that's actually going to touch the floor is about, let's see, what do I have that at? 3 inches? Yeah, about 3 inches wide, or long, sorry. So I got a 5-inch wide here, 2-inch drop to here. So I drew some straight lines and intersected them. Here's my 14-inch line. This is 2 inches up. Here's my corner, which is 5, or 0, I guess. This one's 5. So then I just connected the dots here with straight lines. I went from this point to here, this point to there, and then just took my French curves and started connecting the dots. So this one is right here. Oh yeah, I brought a straight line over here, about 2 inches as well. So I connected the end of that line to this one, like so. So it comes off of here to that straight point and then comes over. Then this line up here is going this way. Something like, where was I with this one? This way. Something like that. And I just drew it until I crossed this line here, like that. Flipped it over. Or no, I brought this one up, I think, yeah. Brought this one up. Nope, I didn't either. I did flip it over. And I just found a kind of a sweet spot right like that. And, just swept it up. So it kind of got a little gentle S-curve there. So I got this one. This one comes here to a point straight across. And then this piece down here, I just connected with my short one here. Something like that. So kind of round it over. It does kind of come back a little bit, but that's okay. And it's a little long. But that's okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna use it as a template for the others if I like the shape. So with this board, I should be able to get 2 legs out of one board, I believe. But let me bandsaw this out, shape it up a little bit, plane it, whatever. Just kind of get, the other thing I did too was I already cut this taper on here. So you can see that. You have to remember that taper on my leg over there is about 1.2 or 1.3, something like that. This is a 2-degree taper right here. So that really looks drastic, but that'll get me kind of back to 0, or a little bit past 0 actually. And then I'll have to play this part by ear down here to see what I need to take off of there so that it sits flush on the floor. So let me make this one and we'll see what it looks like, and then we'll come back. If I like it, we'll come back and use it as a template and just trace out 3 more. Alright, I think I'm going to like that. That's going to look fine. I ran it across my joiner a couple times, got rid of some of that tear out right there. But after I get done sanding them, that'll all go away. So I took the remainder of that this first board here. I cut another 2-degree taper on this edge, and I'm just going to line this up and trace it, rough bandsaw cut it, and then I'll hit it with my, I'll set up my router and use a pattern bit, you know, a guided flush cutting bit to make them all the same. Right there. There. Okay, so there's two. Let's see what we got here for a board. That one's pretty thin. Let's see here. Let's see if I got a better piece than this one. Okay, I found a better piece that'll work. Got one piece laid out here with the 2-degree taper cut on this end, and the taper, the other opposite taper on this side. So I'm letting that's this will be number 4 right here. There we go. So this is my master. Here's 2, 3, 4. So I'll go out and I'll go bandsaw these, face join them, and then we'll have 4 legs ready to go. Do a little sanding on them. But yeah, but then the other thing is I've got to, after I get done bandsaw cutting them, I'll double stick tape these together and use a pattern bit and a router to get identical pieces. So I'll be right back. Okay, got my master pattern on top here, double stick tape to one of my blanks, and I want to route this downhill this way, and then I want to go this, let's see, yeah, this way. So I route this one basically downhill. So I've got my dust collector turned on, and I've got all the suction coming to the bottom. I don't know how much it's going to help, but we'll see. So I've got these taped here. I've flush here and flush here. So let's just see. Let me widen this out a little bit here. There. We'll see how it goes. beautiful. This being the master, this piece on the bottom is going to just require very little sanding. This bit cleans it up pretty well. So I'll bust these apart and do this 2 more times, and we'll see where we're at. Okay, my ring turned out fantastic, I think. I'm really pleased with the way it's looking. So I'm just taking and flushing up this edge as best I can. So it ran a little wild on both sides actually. So it's not really taking too long because I'm only doing one ply basically. Or it's 3 plies of plywood, but 1 ply of my combination here. So anyway, I'll just keep working around the edge, finish up both sides, and then we'll come back and see how it looks on the table. Alright, it's not perfectly flat, but it's not bad. It probably got about maybe a 32nd of an inch there. Yeah, it's not bad. So I got it pretty well cleaned up, smoothed out. This is the way it's supposed to sit on the table, and that's my numbers and arrows are there. I wanted to show you this part here. This is where it's stitched together, I'll call it. So I've got my lap joint here, and that looks pretty good. I'm not worried about this part. This is just a little proud, not bad. But so that's where that's lapped and glued together, and then this piece, the outside piece, covers that to keep it from, or help to reinforce it. And then it starts right here. This is that hand cut joint, or the hand cut I had to make to bring it to here. So it got a little wide on me, but that's okay. I'm going to cover it up with a decorative piece like this. I'll have 4 of these spaced around. So that's going there, and then that piece continues around until it gets to here where I started. So those are about 180 degrees to each other. And I'll just split the difference with the other 2 pieces out here once it gets mounted to the underside of the table. So let me bring the tabletop up in here, and we'll see what it looks like. I've got some sanding to do. Actually, I guess I'll do that first. I gotta sand this outer piece here, so I'll start at 150 and make my way around with that, and then finish up with 220. Kind of take the sharpness off these edges too. So let me do that first. Okay, since I already know I can't get it on there with 8 blocks, I'm going to try it with 4, and we'll see what happens. I've got my mark here, 1 and 2. And here's my ring, and there's 2. And 1 goes right there. There we go. That's nice. So I just got to figure out a way to lock it down. I don't want to drill holes. Although I suppose I could, because they're going to be hidden by the decorative pieces. Where's my stick? I have to shift it around and get this the way I have it lined up here. My seam is right here, so I'm this far off, about 6 inches or 8 inches, yeah. So I'd have to rotate it, which I don't think is a problem. Let me see if I can take this apart. Yeah. Let me pull this off, and then I'll rotate it and see if because these are not exactly 180 degrees. So I'll see where my seams line up. And maybe I just fasten it to the table this way with a screw here and here, or dowels even. That'd probably look nicer. But you're not gonna, well, yeah, I could dowel through everything there like that. It's a 2-inch dowel. That might look good. All right, let me pull this up and see if I can get the seams to line up with the blocks, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I rotated the ring, and it actually went on a lot easier in this position. And the two seams are right on this 180 mark. So I like that. So I'm going to plan on just moving my blocks. I'm going to put a block on this line. I've already had blocks there before, so I'm just going to put them back and kind of go from there. And I think that'll look nice. That'll hold the ring to the table. I'll dowel it here and then screw it down, and then I can use the opposite 90s to fasten my leg or my post in here with some cross braces that'll intersect it at 90 degrees. And then I'll screw it to that to fasten that to the table. I'm not sure how I want to do that. If I want to make a plate of some kind, or if I want to do it with perpendicular pieces this way, standing up, or if I want to do it with a plate laying down. I think I want to do it this way. It'll be more strength that way. So let me rearrange my blocks here, get them in position, and we can start working on the post and the legs and the feet. Okay, got my little decorative pieces cut here, and they're a little bit long, which is fine. I'll flush that up when I get done. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my pencil and make two little lines here, because this is not. I'm gonna just sand this a little flat spot right here in between the lines. So I'm gonna go right about there. Incidentally, I want to make some registration marks on the inside here too. 3. That's 1. That's 4. Okay. All right, so I'll make my marks here. There. I'm going to move my moxon over here and go to work on those flat spots. It doesn't take much, so I got my 2 lines there. I just want to make sure I leave those, or if I do take them, I want to make sure I stay on one. What I'm trying to say is I want to curve this evenly. And since I'm going across the grain, why? It's too much. It's nice. You can just barely see those scribe marks. I'm going to just put a light pencil line on there. Okay. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Alright, so I'll run some dowels through here and get these located back, get this back on the table and located. And see if I can get a, at least get a couple in here. And then maybe put a third one. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like once I get the dowel jig on there.